protéger les hippopotames. Non à la déforestation. Non à la pollution de l'eau.
These students are celebrating National Pygmy Hippopotamus Day. You may know the star of this parade from social media, or rather his cousin, Moo Deng, an adorable baby hippopotamus born in the zoo in Thailand who has become an online celebrity. But the species, native to West Africa, is now threatened with extinction.
This species is very important to the ecosystem, and we don't just want to do research, we also need to raise awareness. The pygmy hippopotamus has become famous on social media. Recently we saw a baby hippo make a buzz. When we see this as scientists, we're really happy.
Herman Digbu has been studying the pygmy hippopotamus for 7 years. He's trying to determine the distribution of the species in Taï National Park, where the majority of the last specimens live. This primary forest of over 500,000 hectares is the largest remaining in West Africa. The researchers discovered these fresh tracks after an hour's walk.
We're going to follow these tracks and see if we can meet him.
The hippopotamus is very cautious and moves mainly at night, making it difficult to observe. However, there are signs that he's close by.
These are old hippo droppings. These droppings play a role in the biodiversity of the forest. Not only will it provide food for worms, but it will also help the seeds from these droppings to grow. If the pygmy hippopotamus disappears, certain plants will also disappear.
In the 1980s, there were an estimated 19,000 hippos. Today, there are fewer than 2,500 left. Poaching and the destruction of its natural habitat have been the main causes of this drastic decline. In Ivory Coast alone, 90% of the country's forest has been destroyed in 60 years. But today, it is water pollution that is threatening the hippopotamus.
When the water is disturbed, the hippos will go elsewhere. And because the area is not ideal for the semi-aquatic animal, we tend to see the distribution of the species drop.
The water pollution is being caused by illegal gold panning, a major problem the Ivorian authorities are fighting against. An informant warned the police that gold panners had been working since nightfall at a site on the edge of the park. The area is only accessible by taking this track, then hiking deep into the forest.
We saw fresh footsteps, a potential sign of nearby people. So when you get to the site, you look around and check. Okay, you can move on.
The gold panners fled before the patrol arrived, leaving some of their belongings behind.
It's one of the biggest sites in the park. When we're here, they disappear. And when we're not, they come back to work. We've been able to reduce the number, but at the beginning there were a lot of them, sometimes more than 20 or 30 people. But with our actions, the numbers have dwindled dramatically. They come in 5 to 10 at a time. It's really a game of hide and seek.
The price of gold has skyrocketed in recent years, leading to a spike in illegal panning in Ivory Coast. In turn, mercury, a harmful metal needed for gold extraction, has seeped into the waterways.
That lump of dirt you see there is what they crush to get the gold out. They use all kinds of chemicals to extract the gold, and that's what pollutes the water. This stream drains into the main waterway, the Hana, which is where the animals live.
Back to the village on the edge of the forest, nicknamed Bandikro, a village of bandits. The commander warns the population.
If I catch a gold panner, or he sleeps there, you who gave him a place to stay will go with him. The final link is the gold buyers. There are a few of you here. I've drawn up a plan to get them. I'll give you their names. Some of them will be here. They'll recognize each other. Others, you will give them the information. Tell them to stop this now.
Although gold panning offences are still prevalent in Thai Park, they have declined in recent years. A positive sign for the pygmy hippopotamus and many other species that depend on the quality of the local waterways.